Chapter 2. Prejudice, Discrimination and Inequality. We have read in the earlier chapter about diversity. We have learnt that geography of a place influences our food, clothing, occupations, etc. It is often seen some people make fun of those who are different. They develop opinions against certain people because they are unable to associate themselves with those people. They appreciate those with whom they are comfortable. Prejudice and discrimination exist at both the individual and social level. People who are opinionated cause a disbalance in society and disturb harmony. Prejudice. Prejudice basically means to judge a person negatively or see them as inferior. There may be negative attitudes towards or opinions about a person or group simply because the person belongs to a specific religion, race, nationality, or another group. Often people have such strong opinions that they don't want to have any relation with certain groups of people. They may go to the extent of hurting certain groups. For example, certain people think English is the best language and other languages are not so important. People often have high opinions about people who speak good English and look down upon others speaking in their vernacular languages. Stereotypes. When we fix people into one image, we create a stereotype. For example, when it is said that people of a particular race are criminals, it is not right because criminals can exist in all races. Stereotypes prevent us from looking at each person as having unique qualities. Instead, they place a large number of people under one category. Stereotypes affect all of us. It prevents us from giving our best. So there are certain acceptable norms in society. If you follow those, everyone appreciates you. If you don't, then everyone looks down upon you. Each person is unique, and if we accept the differences in each person, we will make a beautiful society. Caste-based discrimination. The word Dalit means broken, that is, discrimination has broken a particular class. The government calls them scheduled castes. In the caste system, different castes such as Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras were placed on different levels. Those on the higher level considered themselves to be superior, while those on the lower levels were considered untouchables. Caste rules were rigid. It did not allow the so-called untouchables to do any other jobs. They were not allowed to enter the area where the houses of the upper castes were located. Untouchable families could not draw water from the village well or enter temples or schools. Therefore, they were not only discriminated against, but they did not have any rights. This kind of discrimination denied them respect and dignity. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar, the father of the Indian Constitution, was the leader of the Dalits. Eventually, he headed the Constituent Assembly and helped in framing the Constitution of India. Dr. Ambedkar believed that Dalits must fight the caste system and work towards a society in which all persons are equal. He worked for the upliftment of Dalits throughout his life. As a Law Minister of India, the greatest contribution he made was to abolish untouchability. The Dalits were thereafter referred to as scheduled castes by the constitution and government. Discrimination and inequality. When we are prejudiced and have a set of stereotypes, then we tend to discriminate against people. We become biased towards a selected few and ignore the others or treat them badly. This kind of discriminatory behavior leads to inequality. Discrimination happens when people act on their prejudices or stereotypes. When people of a particular caste cannot enter a place of worship, or when the not so wealthy are denied admission due to economic status, such denial to them is discrimination. The Constitution of India prohibits discrimination against any person based on their caste, religion, color, gender, economic status. People are discriminated in schools, offices, hospitals, places of worship, etc. Struggle for equality. Measures taken by social reformers. Social reformers like Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Raja Rammohan Roy, Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar are the pillars of our society. They helped to abolish casteism, untouchability, sati pratha, and started widow remarriage, etc. to bring equality in society. The fundamental rights. The Constitution guarantees certain basic rights. These rights are enjoyed by every citizen, irrespective of their caste, creed, color, or gender. They are known as fundamental rights. 1. Right to equality. 2. Right to freedom of speech and expression. 3. Right against exploitation. 4. Right to constitutional remedies. 5. Right to freedom of religion. 6. Cultural and educational rights. Apart from the fundamental rights, many laws have been passed to eradicate inequality. Like the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, abolishing of untouchability, reservation of seats in educational institutions, and government jobs for scheduled castes and tribes. The Minimum Wages Act guarantees equal pay for equal work. A number of seats have been reserved for women in the local self-government. Conclusion. We must live and work harmoniously and productively with others who represent various racial and cultural groups, backgrounds, and abilities in our society. One of the greatest obstacles in creating such a future is prejudice. We must remember there is no place for prejudice or discrimination in our communities, homes, schools, or places of work. Equality is a goal to be achieved.